Tonight, as you lay your head on the pillow, you stand at the doorway of creation. In those sacred moments before sleep, you hold the key to the universe itself, your imagination. That quiet inner space is not just a dreamland. It is where your desires are shaped, formed, and sent into reality. Neville Goddard taught that the moment just before sleep, known as the state akin to sleep, is when your subconscious mind is most receptive. What you impress upon it in that drowsy, relaxed state becomes your world. So, how do you ask the universe? You do not beg, you do not plead. You assume, you feel, you live in the end. Close your eyes and see yourself already in possession of your desire. Do not visualize as if it's coming, visualize as if it's already yours. If you desire wealth, see your bank account full. If you desire love, feel the warmth of that relationship. If you want healing, dwell in the feeling of perfect health. Feel it so vividly, so naturally, that you convince yourself, even for a moment, that it's already true. That assumption, when persisted in night after night, will harden into fact. Do not ask how it will come. That is not your job. The universe, your own wonderful human imagination, will rearrange the world to bring it to you. All you must do is assume the wish fulfilled and fall asleep in that feeling. This is not magic. It is law. The law of assumption, the law of consciousness, the law that Neville Goddard gave to us not as theory, but as testimony from experience. So tonight, do not go to bed with worry, doubt, or fear. Instead, ask the universe by assuming your wish is already granted. Fall asleep in the feeling of having it and know, truly know, that your assumption will awaken as reality. This is how you ask the universe before sleep to get anything. And it works because you are the operant power. You are the creator. You are the universe in motion. Imagine, just before you drift into sleep, that you are standing at the very doorway of your desires. Every night, as you close your eyes and prepare to sleep, you are not just resting your body. You are entering a sacred space of creation. In those final moments before you lose yourself to slumber, the most profound transformation can take place, because this is the moment when your subconscious mind is most receptive, when it is closest to the surface and ready to accept new information. This is the time to mold your reality, to shape the life you want. You see, the thoughts and feelings that you entertain before sleep are the seeds that take root in your subconscious mind and grow into the reality you experience. The world around you is not a random sequence of events. It is a reflection of the inner world you cultivate. You may have heard that we are the creators of our own reality, but how often do we truly grasp the depth of this statement? Let's break it down further. What if you could consciously ask the universe for anything, and by simply falling asleep, begin the process of manifesting it into your life? Imagine going to bed each night with the knowledge that as you sleep, your desires are already on their way to fulfillment. It sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? But this is exactly what happens when we master the art of assumption. To understand this, we first need to look at how our mind operates. The conscious mind is constantly busy, analyzing, judging, and reacting to the world around us. However, the subconscious mind, which is far more powerful, operates without judgment. It does not differentiate between what is real and what is imagined. It is like a fertile field, ready to accept whatever seeds we plant in it. Whether those seeds are positive or negative, they will grow in due time. This is where our power lies. We are the ones in control of what we plant in that fertile soil. Now let's consider the moments just before sleep. When you are about to fall asleep, your mind begins to slow down, your body relaxes, and the distractions of the day fade into the background. This is a unique state, neither fully conscious nor fully asleep. It is in this state that your subconscious is most malleable and impressionable. It is here that you have the opportunity to plant the seeds of your desires and allow them to grow while you sleep. At this moment, you are not trying to force things into being, rather, you are simply aligning yourself with the feeling of having what you desire. The key to asking the universe lies not in begging, pleading, or hoping for something, but in assuming that it is already done. When you ask, you must ask from a place of certainty, not doubt. You must feel as though what you desire is already yours, and that feeling, when held long enough, will bring that desire into your physical world. This is the foundation of all creation, the feeling of the wish fulfilled. When you feel your desire as if it is already a part of your life, the universe has no choice but to bring it to you. The world around you is simply a mirror, reflecting your inner state. It is not the world that controls you, but your perception of it. Your inner world dictates the outer world, and when you change the way you feel about something, the world will change to reflect that new feeling. When you lie down at night, think of your desire not as something you are waiting for, but as something that has already come to pass. Imagine yourself in the situation you want. Feel the joy, the relief, the excitement, as if your desire is already a reality. This is not an act of wishful thinking. It is an act of knowing. It is an act of stepping into the state of your wish fulfilled and living in that state until it hardens into fact. At this point, it is crucial to understand that the how is not your concern. Many people fall into the trap of trying to figure out how their desires will come to pass. They think that they need to have all the answers, all the steps mapped out. But this is not how creation works. The universe does not require you to figure out the details. Your job is to feel and believe that your desire is already a reality. The how is not up to you. It is up to the subconscious mind to arrange the details. The role of your conscious mind is simply to persist in the assumption that your desire is already fulfilled. Once you assume that your desire is a fact, the universe will begin to reorganize everything in your life to match that assumption. This process may take time, but it is inevitable. If you persist in the assumption, the outer world will shift to reflect your inner state. As you lie there, about to fall asleep, it is important to fall asleep in the feeling of your desire fulfilled. This is one of the most powerful aspects of the process. Sleep is not simply a time for the body to rest. It is a time for the subconscious mind to absorb and integrate the assumptions you've made. When you sleep while holding the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you are reinforcing that assumption in your subconscious mind, and the process of manifestation begins. Do not fall into the trap of thinking that nothing is happening, because you cannot see immediate results. The process is always working, even when you cannot see it. The seed you plant in the soil of your subconscious will grow in its own time, and when it is ready, it will emerge into the physical world. The key is to trust the process and to stay faithful to the assumption that your desire is already a reality. When you wake up in the morning, do so with the knowing that your desire is already on its way. The world around you may not show evidence of it yet, but it is coming. The more you live in the feeling of your wish fulfilled, the more quickly it will manifest. Every time you return to that feeling, you are reinforcing the assumption, and that assumption will eventually harden into fact. The beauty of this process is that it is simple and accessible to everyone. You do not need any special talent or skill. All you need is the ability to assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and to persist in that feeling day after day. The more faithfully you do this, the more quickly you will see your desires begin to materialize in your life. You might be wondering, how do we truly ask the universe for what we desire? What is the key to manifesting everything we want in life? The answer is simpler than most people think. The first step is to recognize that the universe does not operate in the way most people imagine. We are not separate from it. We are not outside of it. The universe, in its most profound sense, is an extension of your own mind. It is a reflection of your beliefs, assumptions, and the feelings you carry within you. And the most powerful way to ask the universe for anything is by assuming that it is already yours. It is that simple. But it requires understanding the role of feeling and not just thought in shaping your reality. Let us consider this. Every night, as you prepare to sleep, you are entering a state where your mind becomes incredibly receptive. This is not merely a time for physical rest, but a time for the subconscious mind to be influenced. Your subconscious, unlike the conscious mind, does not differentiate between what is real and what is imagined. It accepts impressions as truths. This is why the thoughts you entertain before sleep are so powerful. If you want to change your life, you must learn to align your feelings with your desires before sleep, allowing the subconscious to work on your behalf while you rest. Imagine this. Before you close your eyes at night, you decide that your wish has already been fulfilled. You do not beg or plead with the universe. You do not worry about how it will come to pass. You simply assume that what you want is already a fact. This assumption, this knowing, is the most potent force you have. The secret lies in feeling as though your desire is already fulfilled, not in wishing or hoping for it to come. The idea here is that the universe responds to your feelings, not your thoughts alone. You may think about something all day long, but if you do not feel it as if it is already happening, your thoughts are of little use. For example, if you desire a new job, simply thinking about it is not enough. You must feel the satisfaction, the excitement, and the joy of having that job. Feel the pride of receiving the offer letter. Feel the sense of accomplishment that comes with securing it. These feelings will send a signal to your subconscious mind, telling it that this is your reality. And your subconscious, with its limitless power, will go to work, rearranging circumstances to match this assumption. When you lie down to sleep, you enter a state where the conscious mind, which tends to focus on the how, is no longer active. The conscious mind is the part of you that worries about the logistics, that tries to figure out the steps needed to get from here to there. But when you sleep, the conscious mind relaxes and the subconscious takes over. This is why sleep is such a powerful time for manifestation. While you sleep, your assumptions about your desires are being integrated into the deepest part of your mind. Now, here is the trick. Do not wait for your circumstances to change before you start feeling as though your wish is already fulfilled. This is where many people get stuck. They think, when I get the job, then I will feel happy and fulfilled. But this approach ignores the very law that governs manifestation. The secret is to feel the happiness and fulfillment before the job manifests. Feel it as if you already have it, and the circumstances will follow. It's important to realize that you are not using your imagination to create something that doesn't exist. What you are doing is aligning yourself with the reality that already exists in the realm of possibilities. Your imagination is simply a bridge between your current state and the future state you wish to experience. As you imagine and feel your wish fulfilled, you are aligning yourself with a version of reality where that wish already exists. This is where many people fall into the trap of trying to control the how. They start thinking, I need to know exactly how this will work out. I need to plan and strategize every step. But this approach ignores the most powerful principle in the universe. You do not need to know the how. Universe already knows the how. Your job is to align with the feeling of your wish fulfilled, and the universe will figure out the details. When you ask the universe for anything, do not ask it from a place of lack or desperation. Many people make the mistake of praying or asking from a position of need. They think that because they don't have what they want, they must beg for it. But this is not how manifestation works. The universe does not respond to lack or need. It responds to certainty and belief. If you ask for something with the full assurance that it is already yours, the universe must conform to that assumption. Imagine you are asking for a sum of money. Don't ask from a place of worry or fear about your current financial state. Instead, feel the joy, the security, and the freedom that comes with having that money now. Feel the ease in your life, the possibilities that open up because you have this abundance. This feeling is what will begin the process of manifestation. Your assumption of wealth, your belief in abundance, will alter the conditions of your life to bring you what you have already felt to be true. As you fall asleep, carry with you the belief that your desire is already fulfilled. Sleep is the time when the subconscious mind is most impressionable. This is the time when your assumptions will sink deep into your subconscious, where they can work to create the changes you want to see in your life. The beauty of this process is that it is effortless. You do not need to actively do anything while you sleep. You only need to hold the feeling of your wish fulfilled and let your subconscious mind take care of the rest. The more consistently you do this, the more you will see your life begin to shift. The world around you will rearrange itself to reflect the inner assumptions you are holding. What you believe to be true in the deepest part of your mind must manifest. It may not happen overnight, but rest assured the process is always working. The key is persistence. Each night, hold the feeling of your wish fulfilled and trust that the universe is responding. This simple act of assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled, especially as you fall asleep, is how you align yourself with the reality you desire. Do not worry about the timing or the details. Do not question the process. Your only task is to feel that it is done and to know that it is already yours. The rest will follow in perfect order. Many people spend their lives waiting for a sign, waiting for some external validation that their desires will come to them. But what if I told you that the key to manifesting anything you want lies not in waiting but in believing? What if I told you that everything you desire is already available to you right now, but the only thing standing between you and your desires is your own ability to assume that they are already yours? The most crucial step in manifesting anything is not about asking for it, but about assuming that it has already been given to you. When you begin to ask for something, you are not asking as if you are without it. You are assuming that it is already yours. This is the fundamental shift that many fail to understand. Assumption is the key. It's not about thinking about what you want or fantasizing about it. Those are just thoughts. It's about living in the state of your wish fulfilled, believing that it is already part of your reality, even before it appears in the physical world. You see, everything in the universe operates on the basis of laws. And these laws are not random. They are consistent and dependable. One of these laws is the law of assumption. The law of assumption is simple. Whatever you assume to be true, the universe must reflect back to you. In other words, the world around you is a mirror, reflecting the assumptions you hold about yourself, your life, and your circumstances. If you assume that things are difficult, that success is far from you, or that you are not deserving of love, the world will reflect these assumptions back to you. But the reverse is equally true. If you assume that your desires are already fulfilled, if you live as though what you want is already yours, the universe must rearrange itself to make this assumption a reality. But how do we truly assume the feeling of our wish fulfilled? The first step is to know without a doubt that the universe does not operate according to time. It does not wait for you to earn what you want or go through some long process of struggle to deserve it. The universe operates on the principle that everything exists simultaneously in the realm of possibility. The key to unlocking your desires is to align yourself with the version of reality where your wish is already a fact. This means stepping into the feeling of your wish fulfilled, not as something you are working towards, but as something that has already occurred. The moment you begin to live in this feeling, you are no longer waiting for change to happen in the future. You are already in the state of the wish fulfilled. The circumstances may not yet reflect this reality, but that is irrelevant. The only thing that matters is the feeling. You must feel it now. You must feel the joy, the excitement, the satisfaction of having what you want, and this feeling must not be an occasional experience, it must be your dominant state. The more you live in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, the more the universe will move to match that state. Let's look at an example. Imagine you desire a new home. Many people would say that they must first save up money, find the right property, get approved for a mortgage, and so on. This is the way most people approach their desires. They look at what is currently true in their lives and then base their assumptions on what they see. But this approach ignores the most important principle. What is true right now does not determine what can be true tomorrow. Your current circumstances do not dictate your future. To truly assume your desire is already fulfilled, you need to begin feeling as if the home you desire is already yours. Picture yourself in the house, walking through the rooms, feeling the walls, the floor beneath your feet. Imagine the joy of settling into your new space, of making it your own. Feel the excitement of opening the door after a long day and stepping into a place of comfort, security, and peace. Let the emotions associated with this experience flow through you as if it has already happened. The next step is to live in this feeling. As you go about your day, carry the feeling of your new home with you. Do not focus on how you will get it. That is not your concern. Your only concern is the feeling. As long as you persist in this assumption, your external circumstances must eventually shift to match it. You do not need to know how or when it will come. Your job is simply to assume that it is already done. The universe will take care of the rest. This is where many people make the mistake of becoming attached to a specific outcome. They think that if they don't see any immediate signs of progress, their desires are not working. They begin to question the process and wonder if they are doing something wrong. But this is not the way the universe works. The universe operates in a manner that is always in alignment with your assumption. You must trust the process, even when you cannot see immediate evidence of it. The feeling of your wish fulfilled must be stronger than the evidence you see in the physical world. In fact, the more you focus on your assumption, the more quickly it will manifest. Another important point to understand is that assumption works in all areas of life, not just for big desires like money or success. Assumption is equally powerful when it comes to relationships, health, and personal growth. If you want to experience more love, assume that love is already a part of your life. Feel the love you want to experience not as something you're waiting for, but as something that is already present in your life. If you desire better health, assume that you are already healthy, vibrant, and full of energy. Live as though you are already the person you want to be, and your circumstances will eventually shift to reflect that assumption. In the end, the power of assumption is about living from the end result, not from the current circumstances. It is about assuming that your desire is already a reality, no matter what the external world shows you. This requires a shift in perception, a shift from focusing on what is not yet here to living as though it has already arrived. When you do this, you are no longer a passive observer of your life. You are the creator, and the universe will always move to reflect your assumptions back to you. Many people feel as though they are at the mercy of external circumstances, that the world around them is somehow controlling the course of their lives. They look to their current reality and believe that they must follow a predetermined path based on what they see. But this approach leaves out one crucial factor. You are not a passive participant in your life. You are an active creator of your reality. Your thoughts, assumptions, and beliefs do not merely influence the world around you, they create it. The power to change your life, to manifest your deepest desires, lies in your ability to claim the state of the wish fulfilled and live from that state as if it is already your present reality. Most people, when they desire something, look for external signs that it is coming. They wait for a miracle, a breakthrough, a sign from the universe that what they have been asking for is on its way. But the most powerful way to make your desires a reality is not to wait for something outside of you to change, but to change your inner state first. You see, reality does not begin with what you see. It begins with how you feel. And when you change how you feel about something, you change the reality you experience. When you look at your life, are you seeing it as it is, or are you seeing it as you have assumed it to be? The truth is that we all see the world through a lens shaped by our beliefs, assumptions, and past experiences. Our outer world is a reflection of the inner world that we have created. The key to changing the outer world is to change the assumptions that we hold within ourselves. If you desire a change in your life, whether it's more love, more success, more abundance, or more peace, you must first assume the feeling of having it now. This means stepping into the state of the wish fulfilled. The moment you take on the feeling of your desire already being a reality, the world around you must begin to change. But how do we do this? How do we live in the feeling of our desire being already fulfilled when it doesn't yet appear to be so? The answer lies in faith. Faith is not about hoping something will happen. Faith is not about believing in something you cannot see. True faith is believing that what you desire is already yours, even when there is no evidence to support it. True faith is stepping into the state of your wish fulfilled and living from that state, regardless of what is happening around you. Think about this for a moment. When you desire something, what is it that you are truly desiring? Is it the object, or the circumstance itself, or is it the feeling that comes with it? Most people desire things because they believe that having them will bring them a feeling of happiness, peace, security, or joy. But here's the truth. The feeling you desire is available to you now. You do not need to wait for the external world to change in order to experience the feeling you want. In fact, by assuming the feeling of your desire fulfilled, you will cause the external world to change to match that feeling. Now let's take an example. Suppose you desire to be in a loving and supportive relationship. You may spend your time thinking about how lonely you feel or how difficult it is to meet the right person. But here's the key. By focusing on what is missing, you are only reinforcing the belief that you are without love. You are seeing yourself in the state of longing, which will only continue to manifest. Instead, you must shift your attention to the state of the wish fulfilled. Close your eyes and imagine yourself in the arms of the person you want. Feel the love, the warmth, the joy of being with someone who truly supports and loves you. Experience the fulfillment of your desire as if it is already happening. This is the feeling you must carry with you. Now, the challenge is to live in this feeling even when your external circumstances have not yet changed. The moment you begin to feel that love, to feel the fulfillment, you are no longer waiting for something to come. You are living as though it is already here. The more consistently you do this, the more quickly the external world will rearrange itself to reflect your inner assumption. This is the law of the universe. Your assumption creates your reality. If you assume you are already loved, if you live from the feeling of being in a loving relationship, then that assumption must be reflected back to you in your physical world. This is true not only for relationships, but for every area of your life. Whether you desire financial abundance, improved health, career success, or any other goal, the key to manifesting it is to live from the end, to live as though your desire has already been fulfilled. Your outer circumstances are not the cause of your life. They are the result of the inner assumptions you hold. By changing your inner assumptions, you can change the outer world. One of the most powerful aspects of this process is that it is not about forcing something to happen. It is not about working harder, doing more, or trying to figure out how things will unfold. It is about trusting that the universe will bring you what you desire as you live in the feeling of already having it. The universe responds to your inner state. It does not matter if you can see the evidence of your desire in the physical world yet. What matters is that you believe it is already yours, and you live in that belief consistently. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that you must work hard or struggle in order to achieve your goals. But the truth is that the moment you step into the state of your wish fulfilled, the universe begins to rearrange itself to bring that desire to you. The people, circumstances, and opportunities necessary for the manifestation of your desires will begin to appear. But these opportunities will come when you are aligned with the feeling of having your desire, not when you are still in the state of longing for it. This shift in perception is crucial. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the creator of your reality. Every thought, assumption, and feeling you hold is a brushstroke on the canvas of your life. If you want a different picture, you must change the way you think and feel about your life. Assume that the life you desire is already yours, and the world will reflect that assumption. In summary, the key to manifesting anything you desire lies in living in the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Do not wait for your circumstances to change before you feel the way you want to feel. Feel it now, and the world will shift to reflect that inner reality. By living from the end, by assuming that your desires are already yours, you become a powerful creator of your own reality. You no longer wait for life to happen to you. You create the life you want from within. Every moment of your life is shaped by your beliefs and assumptions, and these are not just thoughts or fleeting ideas. They are the foundation upon which your entire reality is built. The external world you see before you, the people, circumstances, and events that seem to define your life, are simply a reflection of the assumptions you hold deep within your subconscious mind. The power to change your life, to manifest anything you desire, does not lie in trying to change the world around you. The power lies in changing your assumptions, altering your internal state, and then allowing that new state to unfold in your reality. This is the process of living from the end, of assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Most people wait for external circumstances to change before they feel the way they want to feel. They believe that once they have more money, a better job, or a new relationship, they will be happy, confident, and fulfilled. But this approach misses the point entirely. The universe does not respond to your needs or your external circumstances. It responds to the assumptions you carry about yourself and the world. If you want to manifest a different reality, you must first change the assumptions that guide your thoughts and actions. Living from the end means fully embodying the state of your wish fulfilled. It means stepping into the feeling of having what you want right now, even before it has appeared in your physical reality. You are not waiting for something to happen, you are already living as if it is happening. This is where the power of assumption comes into play. When you assume that your desire is already yours, when you fully believe and feel that it is already true, the universe must bring it into being. Your reality cannot help but reflect the assumptions you hold. This is the law of creation. Whatever you assume to be true, the universe will bring to you. But how do we step into this state of the wish fulfilled? The first step is to understand that the physical world is not the cause of your life. It is the effect of your inner state. The world outside of you is simply a mirror, reflecting back the beliefs and assumptions that you hold within. If you are constantly thinking about what you lack, about what is missing in your life, the universe will reflect this lack back to you. If, on the other hand, you focus on the feeling of having what you want, feeling as though it is already yours, the universe will respond by bringing your desires to you. Let's take a simple example. If you desire financial abundance, the key is not to focus on the lack of money. It is not to worry about how you will make ends meet or how you will create the wealth you desire. These thoughts only reinforce the feeling of lack. Instead, shift your focus to the feeling of abundance. Imagine what it would be like to have all the money you need, to live in a state of financial freedom. Feel the security, the joy, the peace that would come with this reality. As you do this, you are aligning yourself with the state of your wish fulfilled. You are not waiting for the money to appear before you feel secure. You are feeling secure now, and as a result, the universe will bring the circumstances that reflect that feeling of security. This process works for anything you desire. It works for relationships, health, career success, or any goal you wish to achieve. The key is to live in the end result of your desire, to assume that it is already a part of your reality. Most people make the mistake of thinking they need to take a series of steps to get what they want, that they need to work hard or struggle to achieve their goals. But the truth is, the universe does not respond to struggle or effort. It responds to the feeling you carry within yourself. If you assume that what you want is already yours, the universe will align with that assumption and bring it into being. This idea is difficult for many people to grasp because it goes against the conventional wisdom of working hard to achieve success. We have been conditioned to believe that we must prove ourselves, that we must earn what we want. But the universe operates on a different principle. It responds to your inner state. It does not matter what you see in your current reality. What matters is the assumption you hold about your future. If you want to change your life, you must change the assumptions you hold about yourself and your possibilities. The moment you step into the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you shift your reality. You are no longer waiting for things to happen, you are creating them. One of the most important things to understand is that this process is not about forcing things to happen. It is not about trying to control every detail or figuring out the how. The universe knows the how. Your job is simply to align yourself with the end result and to live from that state. Once you assume that your desire is already fulfilled, everything else will fall into place. The people, the opportunities, the resources that you need will show up at the right time. You do not need to figure out how it will all work. You just need to feel as though it already has. For example, imagine you want to manifest a new job. Most people approach this from a place of lack, believing that they need to find the job or earn it. They may worry about whether they are qualified or if the job market is too competitive. But this mindset only reinforces the feeling of lack and uncertainty. Instead, step into the state of already having the job. Feel the joy of receiving the job offer. Imagine yourself walking into the office, excited about the work you are doing. Feel the satisfaction of contributing to something meaningful. As you live in this feeling, you are aligning yourself with the reality of having that job. The job will appear, not because you worked hard for it, but because you aligned yourself with the feeling of having it. This is how the law of assumption works. You do not need to struggle or try to control the outcome. You only need to assume that your desire is already a reality. When you do this, the universe must bring it to you. The more consistently you live in the state of your wish fulfilled, the more quickly your desires will manifest. You will find that the world around you begins to shift, that people and circumstances align with the inner state you are holding. In the end, the power to change your life lies within you. You are the creator of your reality, and the key to manifesting your desires is to live in the feeling of having them now. You do not need to wait for the world to change. You must change your assumptions, and the world will follow. One of the most powerful principles in achieving success, no matter your goals or desires, is the ability to master your thoughts and beliefs. The thoughts you hold on a daily basis are not just fleeting or irrelevant. They are the seeds that shape the entire fabric of your life. Many people underestimate the immense power that thoughts, beliefs, and desires hold over their reality. But the truth is, your thoughts control your actions create your habits define your character, and your character shapes your destiny. Therefore, mastering your thoughts is the key to unlocking any desired outcome, whether it be wealth, health, love, or personal fulfillment. It is not enough to simply think about what you want. You must believe in it with absolute certainty. Belief is the foundation upon which all success is built. Belief shapes your perception of reality and dictates the actions you take. If you believe that success is achievable, that you are deserving of your goals, and that every obstacle is merely a stepping stone toward your success, then your actions will align with these beliefs. On the other hand, if you harbor doubts and beliefs that you are incapable, unworthy, or unlucky, then your actions will align with those thoughts, and you will find yourself constantly facing challenges and setbacks. The truth is, your belief system is like a filter through which you perceive the world. It colors everything you do and think, and it directly influences the outcomes you experience. If you want to change your life, you must first change your beliefs. But how do you do that? How do you move from a place of doubt to a place of unwavering belief in yourself and your dreams? The first step is to make the decision to believe. This may seem simple, but it is one of the most important decisions you will ever make. You must choose, consciously and deliberately, to adopt a mindset of success and possibility. This means rejecting the limiting beliefs that have been ingrained in you over time. These beliefs might come from your upbringing, your education, or the people around you. Perhaps you are told that money is hard to come by, or that success is reserved for a select few. Perhaps you've been conditioned to believe that life is a struggle and that achieving your goals will require years of effort and sacrifice. These beliefs are not truths. They are simply stories that you've been taught to believe, but you have the power to change them. Once you've made the decision to believe, the next step is to train your mind to focus on what you want rather than what you fear or lack. This requires a shift in focus, away from problems, obstacles, and limitations, and towards solutions, opportunities, and possibilities. Every time you catch yourself thinking negatively, you must consciously redirect your thoughts towards what you want to create. If you find yourself thinking about a lack of money, redirect your focus towards thoughts of abundance. If you're worried about not being good enough, focus on thoughts of competence, value, and self-worth. This process takes practice and discipline, but with time it becomes second nature. Belief is strengthened by repetition. The more you repeat positive affirmations, thoughts, and visualizations about your goals, the more deeply ingrained they become in your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is incredibly powerful. It accepts whatever is repeatedly impressed upon it as truth. If you repeatedly affirm to yourself that you are worthy of success, your subconscious mind will begin to believe it. If you visualize yourself achieving your goals, living in your ideal circumstances, and feeling the emotions of success, your subconscious mind will begin to accept these images as your reality. Over time, these beliefs will become so ingrained that they will influence every action you take, every decision you make, and every opportunity you attract. One of the most effective ways to solidify your belief is through the power of imagination. The mind is not limited by time or space. It does not know the difference between what is imagined and what is real. This is why visualization and mental imagery are so powerful. When you close your eyes and vividly imagine yourself achieving your goals, experiencing success, and living your ideal life, Your mind begins to accept this as your new reality. The more sensory details you can add to the visualization, the sights, sounds, and feelings, the more powerful it becomes. In fact, research has shown that athletes who mentally rehearse their performance can improve their actual performance, as the brain processes these mental images as if they were real experiences. Visualization is not just a passive activity, it requires active participation. You must feel the emotions that come with achieving your goals. You must experience the joy, satisfaction, and excitement as if it is happening right now. The emotional intensity of the visualization is what makes it so powerful. Your emotions are the language of your subconscious mind, and they are what give energy to your thoughts. The more intensely you feel the emotions of success, the more energy you are sending to your subconscious mind, which will begin to attract the necessary circumstances and opportunities to make your goals a reality. The next important element of building unwavering belief is persistence. Belief is not something that can be achieved overnight. It is a process that requires consistent effort and dedication. You must be willing to persevere through challenges, setbacks, and doubts. Persistence is the key to success. When faced with obstacles, you must remain steadfast in your belief that you will succeed. Do not allow temporary setbacks to undermine your belief. Instead, see each challenge as an opportunity to grow, learn, and strengthen your resolve. Persistence is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who give up. One of the most powerful aspects of belief is that it has the ability to shape your reality in ways you cannot always predict. When you begin to believe that success is inevitable, that opportunities will come to you, and that you are deserving of everything you desire, the universe begins to align with your beliefs. People, circumstances, and events will start to show up in ways you could never have anticipated. This is the power of your belief. It shapes your reality and brings your desires into your life. In conclusion, belief is not just a passive feeling or an idea. It is a powerful force that shapes your life. Your beliefs determine your actions, your opportunities, and your results. If you want to change your life, you must first change what you believe about yourself, about success, and about the possibilities available to you. The process begins with a decision, a conscious choice to adopt a mindset of success. From there, you must train your mind through repetition, visualization, and persistence. As you do this, your belief will grow stronger, and your reality will begin to reflect the beliefs you hold. Ultimately, success is not just about working hard, it is about believing in the possibility of success and taking the actions that align with that belief. There is an extraordinary, often underestimated force that exists within each and every one of us, and that is the power of the mind. The mind is not simply a vessel for processing information. It is the mastermind behind every aspect of our lives. From the smallest daily decisions to the grandest achievements, everything we experience is influenced by the way we think. Your thoughts are not passive. They are the driving force behind your actions, habits, and ultimately your destiny. In fact, your mind is not just a tool for survival, it is the very creator of your reality. If you want to change your life, you must first change the way you think, for your thoughts are the seeds from which your future grows. We often hear about the power of positive thinking, and while positive thinking is important, it is not enough to simply think positively. The key lies in the intentionality and purpose behind your thoughts. What are you thinking about? What do you focus on each day? Are you simply reacting to the world around you, or are you consciously shaping your thoughts to create the life you desire? Too often, people fall into the trap of reacting to their circumstances. They allow external events to dictate their feelings and thoughts. This reactive mindset can keep you trapped in a cycle of limitation. But true power lies in taking control of your thoughts and deliberately choosing what you focus on. regardless of what is happening around you. The mind is like a garden. Just as a garden thrives or withers depending on the seeds that are planted in it, your life flourishes or falters depending on the thoughts you plant in your mind. Thoughts of fear, doubt, and worry are like weeds that choke the life out of your dreams. They distract you from the opportunities that are available and hold you back from taking the actions needed to create the life you want. On the other hand, thoughts of faith, possibility, and abundance are like seeds of greatness. They help to nurture your dreams, providing the energy and motivation needed to manifest your desires. It is crucial, therefore, that you become aware of the thoughts you are planting in your mind. If you want to see success, wealth, happiness, or any other positive result, you must cultivate thoughts that align with those outcomes. This process requires discipline and mindfulness. It is easy to let your thoughts wander into negative territory, especially when faced with challenges or setbacks. When things don't go as planned, it can be tempting to dwell on what went wrong, what you lack, or what you are afraid might happen in the future. These thoughts may feel real, but they are not the truth. They are merely products of the imagination, and like any creation of the mind, they can be changed. The key is to recognize these negative thoughts for what they are and replace them with thoughts that align with the outcome you wish to create. One of the most powerful ways to control your mind is through affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that you repeat to yourself regularly with the intention of impressing your subconscious mind with new, empowering beliefs. When you repeat affirmations, you are effectively reprogramming your mind to focus on the possibilities and opportunities that are available to you rather than the limitations and fears that may have previously held you back. Affirmations are not just words, they are declarations of truth that you are establishing in your own mind. For example, if you desire financial abundance, you might repeat to yourself, "I am worthy of wealth and money flows to me effortlessly." As you continue to affirm these words, you begin to rewire your subconscious mind to believe that wealth is not just a possibility but a certainty. The more you say it, the more your mind begins to accept it, and the more aligned your actions will become with this new belief. Another powerful tool for shaping your mind is visualization. Visualization involves mentally picturing yourself achieving your goals, experiencing success, and living the life you desire. The more vividly and emotionally you can visualize your success, the more powerful the impact on your subconscious mind. Just like affirmations, visualization impresses the subconscious mind with the image of your desired reality. The more often you practice visualization, the more deeply ingrained the belief in your ability to achieve that reality becomes. Visualization works because the mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. When you vividly imagine success, your mind treats it as though it is already happening and begins to draw opportunities, ideas, and inspiration that align with this imagined reality. It is important to note that your mind does not respond to what you want in a direct sense, but rather to what you believe you deserve. If you want success but carry beliefs of unworthiness, fear, or doubt, your mind will continue to reflect these beliefs in your external reality. On the other hand, when you begin to cultivate thoughts of worthiness, abundance, and possibility, your mind will begin to attract the circumstances, people, and opportunities that match these new beliefs. This is why self-worth is such an essential part of achieving success. You must believe that you are worthy of your desires, that you deserve the life you dream of creating. If you do not believe this, no amount of effort or action will bring you the results you seek. The mind is also deeply influenced by emotions. Emotions are the energy that fuel your thoughts. When you think thoughts that generate positive emotions, excitement, joy, gratitude, and confidence, you are sending out powerful energy into the universe that aligns with your desires. However, when you focus on negative thoughts that generate emotions of fear, anger, or frustration, You are sending out energy that repels your desires and keeps you stuck in a cycle of lack. This is why it is crucial to stay mindful of not just your thoughts, but your emotional state as well. It is not enough to think positively, you must feel positively too. Your emotions are the key to unlocking the full potential of your thoughts. Finally, it is important to remember that your mind is always active. Even when you are not consciously focusing on something, your mind is still working behind the scenes, creating and shaping your reality. This is why it is essential to constantly feed your mind with positive, empowering thoughts. The more you consciously choose to focus on thoughts of success, abundance, and possibility, the more you will begin to see those things reflected in your life. The mind is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes, and the easier it becomes to direct it towards your goals. With consistent practice, you will find that your mind becomes more focused, more resilient, and more aligned with the life you desire to create. In the end, the mind is the greatest tool you have at your disposal. It has the power to create the life of your dreams or to keep you trapped in a cycle of limitation. The choice is yours. If you want to change your life, you must first change the way you think. You must choose to focus on the thoughts that align with your goals and desires and reject the ones that hold you back. The more you master your thoughts, the more you will master your life. Success is not a matter of luck or chance. It is a result of deliberate and purposeful actions, taken with unwavering determination and focus. The road to success is not always smooth, and it is often filled with obstacles, challenges, and setbacks. However, what separates those who achieve their goals from those who fall short is their ability to maintain persistence, belief, and a clear sense of purpose. No matter how difficult the journey may seem, success is always within reach for those who are willing to put in the work, stay focused, and never give up on their dreams. The most successful people in the world are not necessarily the most talented or the most gifted. They are often those who have learned to master the art of perseverance. They have developed the ability to push through adversity, to stay committed to their goals, even when the going gets tough. They understand that failure is not a reflection of their worth, but simply a part of the process. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a stepping stone toward success. Each setback is an opportunity to learn, grow, and become better. The key to success lies in your ability to maintain a strong belief in your goals, even when faced with obstacles. Many people give up on their dreams because they encounter difficulties along the way. They become discouraged, lose faith, and begin to doubt their ability to succeed. However, those who achieve great things are the ones who can remain focused on their end goal despite the challenges they face. They know that setbacks are temporary and that their dreams are worth fighting for. One of the most important aspects of perseverance is the ability to stay motivated, even when the initial excitement and enthusiasm start to fade. When you first set a goal, you are filled with energy and passion. You are excited about the possibilities and the opportunities that lie ahead. However, as time goes on, the reality of the effort required to achieve that goal sets in. You may encounter difficulties, experience moments of doubt, or face unexpected challenges. At these moments, it is essential to remember why you started in the first place. Your purpose, your vision, and your desire for success must be stronger than any temporary setback. The most successful individuals are those who can tap into their internal drive and keep moving forward no matter what. To develop perseverance, it is important to cultivate a mindset of resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks and continue moving forward in the face of adversity. It is the ability to stay focused on your goal, even when you are knocked down or faced with challenges that seem insurmountable. Resilience comes from within, and it is developed through consistent practice and effort. It requires mental strength, determination, and a willingness to keep going, no matter how difficult the journey may be. One of the most effective ways to build resilience is through visualization. When you visualize your success, you create a mental image of yourself achieving your goals. This mental image serves as a reminder of what you're working toward and helps to keep you motivated when times get tough. By constantly reinforcing this image in your mind, you strengthen your belief in your ability to achieve your goals, even when faced with challenges. Visualization is a powerful tool that helps you stay focused on the outcome rather than getting distracted by the obstacles along the way. Another key aspect of perseverance is the ability to take consistent action. It is not enough to simply dream about success or hope that things will improve. Success requires action, real, tangible action. Every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. It is the cumulative effect of consistent effort that leads to success. Even when progress seems slow, it is important to keep moving forward. Every action you take is a step toward your goal, and each step builds momentum that will eventually propel you toward success. Taking consistent action also means being adaptable and willing to adjust your approach when necessary. The path to success is rarely linear, and there may be times when you need to change direction or alter your strategy. Flexibility is a vital component of perseverance. It is about recognizing when something is not working and being willing to adjust your plan without losing sight of your ultimate goal. Success is not about rigidly following a single path. It is about being open to new opportunities and learning from your experiences along the way. Success is not something that happens overnight. It is the result of continuous effort, commitment, and persistence. The road to success is long, and there will be times when you feel like giving up. However, it is precisely during these moments that your perseverance will be tested. The most successful people are not the ones who never face challenges, but those who are able to persist in the face of adversity and continue moving forward, no matter how difficult the journey may seem. It is also important to understand that success is not a destination, it is a journey. The process of working toward your goals, overcoming challenges, and growing along the way is just as important as the end result. Every challenge you face, every obstacle you overcome, makes you stronger and more capable of handling future challenges. The lessons you learn along the way are invaluable, and they contribute to your personal growth and development. Success is not just about achieving a goal, it is about the person you become in the process of pursuing that goal. One of the most powerful ways to stay motivated and focused on your goals is to surround yourself with positive influences. The people you spend time with have a significant impact on your mindset and your ability to persevere. Surround yourself with individuals who encourage you, support your dreams, and inspire you to keep going. Avoid those who bring you down or tell you that your goals are unattainable. The right people will help you stay focused and energized, even when the road ahead seems difficult. In the end, perseverance is the key to achieving any goal. It is the ability to stay committed to your vision despite the obstacles and challenges you may face along the way. By cultivating resilience, staying motivated, and taking consistent action, you can overcome any difficulty and achieve the success you desire. Success is not reserved for a select few. It is available to anyone who is willing to put in the effort and persist until the goal is achieved. The most important thing to remember is that you are capable of more than you think. The power to achieve your dreams lies within you, and the only thing standing between you and success is your willingness to keep going. The journey to success is not a mere coincidence or an event that occurs by chance. It is a deliberate and intentional process built on the foundation of belief, persistence, focus, and unwavering determination. Throughout each step of this journey, it becomes evident that your thoughts, beliefs, and actions are the essential ingredients that shape your reality. It's not enough to just dream or wish for success. One must truly believe in their potential, cultivate a mindset of resilience, and take consistent, purposeful actions. The obstacles and challenges that arise along the way are not roadblocks, but opportunities for growth. They are not signs of failure, but part of the process that leads to mastery and success. Those who achieve greatness are the ones who embrace their challenges, learn from their setbacks, and keep moving forward with unwavering faith in their goals. Persistence is the key that unlocks doors and creates pathways that were once thought impossible. By mastering your mind and focusing on thoughts that align with your desires, you are laying the groundwork for success. Visualization, affirmation, and intentional thinking become powerful tools that reprogram your subconscious and shape the world around you. These tools help you to remain motivated and steadfast, even when faced with adversity. Success is a journey, not a destination. Every step you take, every action you make, adds to your growth and brings you closer to achieving your dreams. Surrounding yourself with positive influences and staying disciplined will keep you aligned with your vision while building the resilience necessary to stay on track. Remember, your destiny is not written by circumstances, but by your thoughts, your belief, and your ability to persevere. Ultimately, the greatest lesson is that you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to, as long as you remain focused, stay persistent, and never give up. Your power lies within, and the path to success begins with the belief that you can achieve your dreams and the resolve to follow through with action. The journey is yours to shape, and with unwavering determination, success will inevitably follow.